back again. What's going on, Mr. Godfrey? How are we?
What's up? I said, how did you get that angle of me eating the eggs when you were sitting next to me?
I love that it bothers you more and more each
It
week.
doesn't bother me. I'm just curious. Did you have like I don't know, like a drone in the corner of the diner, like getting from that
Sometimes
angle?
there's just spying eyes, bro. Spying eyes.
You were in
Hey,
cahoots with McCracken. He took that from across the way and sent it to you. That's what happened.
nah, man. That was free will. I took that one on my own. The amount of ketchup you squirted on them eggs just it disturbed me. I had to take a picture. But yo,
Well,
shout out to
you didn't.
everybody here in the chat. I want to say what's up to everybody. Give you a little public service announcement by our man DJ Khaled.
You smart. You very smart. We the best. You a genius.
Quick little PSA from the man Khaled.
Is that word affirmation?
I mean, listen, I'm happy to see everybody in here. Happy to have the crew back. What's up? Kelt, what's up? Spotless. Oh, Spotless is in the building. Mr. Boyce, how are we, sir? Rick,
Well, this response to DJ Khaled is for the haters of DJ Khaled. Which I'm not a hater of DJ Khaled, but I know there's some out there. Everybody's got haters, right?
Casey, shout out to you, brother. I got a phone call from your neighbor behind you at the shop. Recommended highly by you. Much love, much appreciated. Got a cool show for everybody tonight. Godfrey, tell the people what you've been up to this past week, man. That's a big segment we're going to start doing here. We need to let the people know more about what the Godfrey does on a week-to-week basis.
I mean, it wasn't really exciting this weekend. My cat has this thing where I think it's both of them now, but they want to knock over a full-on drink. So if it's open, it's going to spill. So it spilled on my desk. So I reorganized my whole damn desk. I was just like, screw it, because I needed to do it anyway. And yeah, it went like that. I was like, you know what? So that was my Saturday night. I went to the Phillies game, baseball, watched the Dodgers. Sorry, West Coast guys. We spanked that behind 8-7, won the series 2 out of 3. So I made sure I texted some of the West Coast homies. I was like, yo, how about them Phillies beating those Dodgers? You know what I mean?
I always got to rub that.
I was hitting up Top Class about that, but yo, what's up, Top Class? What's up with your Dodgers out here? So
shout out to the West Side. We got a lot of love for the West Side. We got an East Side homie here tonight, but what else?
Friday night. What did I do Friday night? I can't even remember.
I mean, listen, man. What you do on Sunday? What you do Monday? What you do Tuesday? How's
Sunday at baseball.
How's
Monday.
the diet? How's everything going? Food clean? What's up? We doing a lot of processed foods. We
processed foods.
What we doing out here? I mean, that's a segment that I start going into every
I'm
week.
just trying to get my meals in, and survive out here. I no processed foods though. Do you drink Vienna sausage juice?
I don't, but I'm drinking something very similar right now. For those who are watching, maybe you could check this out. There's a little bit of remnants down there. Your boy Woods is on a crazy mission right now. As some of you might have noticed underneath the title of my name, I got first 48 underneath there. I'm actually hitting right now is actually my 48th hour of being in a fast. I'm actually aiming for 5-day, and I'm hoping if I make it to 5-day, I'm gonna bang out a 7-day. So your boys out here
5-day fast. All right.
Boys out here acting crazy, water only. I'm drinking some salt, mineral salts and things like that right now, just kind of keep me hydrated. But I'll be honest with you, man, I'm 48 hours in on this thing and I feel great. I haven't got no hunger pangs, no nothing. There's been a lot of research lately behind autophagy and, which basically is your cells eating the other bad cells and kicking out the other bad cells that shouldn't be in your body. And there's a couple studies that came out that are saying you can reduce risk of cancer up to 72% by doing 1 5-day fast in your lifetime. So, I'm just kind of on that ride, man. I'm trying to do it. I did it for myself, really more for like mental wherewithal. We're in our busy season right now. So obviously shit's getting kind of crazy. And I always like to test myself. Last week, 2 weeks ago, I got a puppy in the middle of the madness. And then this week I decided to start doing a 5-day fast on one of the homies. So, we're out here, man. My week's been exciting. I'm running off of all types of weird things right now.
I mean, it sounds exciting.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, it's challenges, bro. Try to challenge yourself. Do hard shit. Anterior mid-singular cortex gang. What up?
I'm going to root beer wrath. Liquid death. You will like, though, that there's no dyes in these things. So,
listen, I'd much rather see you drinking that than soda. You're never going to hear me knock you for that.
But, been just doing organization stuff, but the weekend was pretty cool. I know this weather sucks right now. You know what ruins?
I got this one for a reason, bro. It's cold outside right now. Hoodies
Nothing ruined. Like, I don't know, a month and a half ago, we would have dance naked in the streets for 48 degrees, but nothing ruins a 48-degree day like 35-mile-per-hour winds.
Gusts, bro. That shit was
You
gusting all
hear it
day
going by
long.
the window.
It was
You're like,
wild, dude.
what is going
I was
on? Yeah.
surprised I didn't whack a door dent or two today just from car doors winging open and stuff like that. I mean, it was a wild, windy day, bro. I got home and it was like, man, I feel like it's even crappier here at the house because the sun was already coming down over the tree. So it was like cold. I'm like, yo, it's bitter and winter out this joint. But in all reality, I embraced today for what it was because I'm going to be complaining about it being too hot before I know it. So,
Yeah.
first world problems, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. I don't know, man. If I'm in the middle, deal with the cold or the hot. I don't like hot and humid, but I'll deal with hot. I don't know. Cold, it just depends.
I don't listen, man. The cold doesn't bother me, and I think everybody speak on the chat if you're in there or whatever. Like working in the cold isn't bad. It's the wind, man. Like when you get that wind gust, like that's what sucks. It could be 60 and have 30-mile-an-hour winds, and it sucks.
Jamie the Cleaner has been officially renamed to the Vienna Juice Guy. Apparently,
I like that.
Yeah, there's been chatter about that
BJG.
on the internet afterwards, post show chatter, and apparently that's a big Southern thing. It's a cheap meal. I'm
I
like,
feel
all
like I'm
right,
drinking it right now, dude. Honestly, it's like salt water.
no, man, it's worse because it's juice off of byproducts of ground up extras. There's no way they would have just put it this way: Vienna sausage juice would definitely break your fast, no doubt about it, no doubt about it.
100%.
And some people say it's a thing, and I'm like, wow, you just straight guzzle it like that, and I'm like pickle juice.
I'm gonna try it straight up. I'll try it.
All right,
100%.
well, don't break your fast with it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Nah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to do a whole bunch of study on like how you should break it the right way or whatever, because there's all types of crazy things that are gonna happen, dude. Supposedly, like tomorrow morning when I wake up, my gut lining is gonna be rebuilding itself with stem cells and putting a whole new liner inside me, and day after that or whatever. There's just wild stuff that goes on in your body when you start kind of pushing it out like this. So, you know
apparently,
me, man. I'm always trying to hack as much as I can.
Breaking news: apparently, Aaron watches The View, so I don't know.
Doesn't surprise me. Shout out to Aaron. Shout out to Chris. What's up, Adrian? Sal, what's good, brother? You see me rocking that thing?
Oh, who's drinking hot dog water? That's
What's
your
up,
man,
Chris?
Jamie the Cleaner, Sal. That's who that is. You got to look at that whole episode. He just came out like from the hip pocket gunshot first, whoosh, wrapped it open like he was eating a ration during wartime.
Wild. I mean, we've had some intros before. That one was wild.
It's up there. That might be one right now. That might be one until someone tops it.
Yeah, I don't know. You're gonna have to come in swinging, man.
Yeah. So,
but
I guess we could talk about before Ed will come back to a seat eventually. He just went like incognito on us. We could talk about the Final Four. The champion is Iced Out. No, it's supposed to be a drum roll. Whatever. Iced Out won. That's an upset. I wouldn't have picked Iced Out. I would have picked Fresh AF because that was the heavy favorite. But I guess the bigger story is
let's talk about the bigger story.
The second place winner.
And big shout out to my boy Eddie. Big shout out to my boy Jamie. Two of the biggest haters I know on Pop and Cherry. That one was for you guys. I mean, it was just a spectacular turnout. We're really proud of everybody that threw a vote in for Pop and Cherry. In reality, it was great to see it come up in second place. Obviously, second's first loser, but we try not to think that way anymore. So, shout out to that Pop and Cherry, man. I give more respect to that coming in as a runner up. I would expect Iced Out to come in there as a heavy contender, but Pop and Cherry showed up, man. Take a loss, take a loss to the number one seed. I mean, you can't be mad at that.
Yeah, well, listen, I will say this: that tournament is kind of like all-star voting for baseball or basketball. Everybody votes. They get their mom to vote. So I know Iced Out had some very heavy grassroots ground support behind it.
What do you mean by that, Godfrey?
I know people had their mom voting. I'll leave them names.
Is that a fact? Is that a fact?
Fake news or is that a fact? Vote. They got their uncle to vote. I was like, what?
Listen, man, you got to appreciate the dedication for what it is.
I messaged you. I was like, I see you what you're doing, because I looked on the votes. I'm watching it because I had a little secret vote on TikTok. I threw Sugar Plum Daddy in there just to see. So listen, guys, If you want a sugar plum
sugar,
daddy
free the sugar
back,
plum, yo.
yeah. If you want a sugar plum daddy back, you really, really disappointed me by your
missed
lack
op-
of votes on TikTok.
Missed opportunity.
You didn't
for
even
sure.
get it out of the first round. Okay. So I'm upset at you guys. You're like, bring sugar plum daddy back. I put out a post with the vote. You didn't even show up. You were no-showed for it.
Where's the love for the Godfrey at?
Yeah, I'm like, all right, and then
I'm
I
just here to see you eat Snickers, bro. That's it.
Popping cherry hot takes. Yep.
Well, listen, without any further ado, let's bring in the man of the evening that we're honored to have here. We had a pleasure of meeting this guy at MTE this year, face to face. Big shout out to my man, Ed. What's cracking? Ed, owner of Simply Car Detailing. I'm sure you've seen his videos, and if you haven't, you're missing out. What's cracking, brother?
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's been a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys and an honor.
Absolutely, man. We're happy to have you, brother. We're happy to have you. I mean, typically we keep the conversation relatively loose up here. It gets a little wild at the end. I mean, I'm going to do my best to try to restrain ourselves to an hour, but we have a tendency to carry over for a little bit longer. With the last segment of the show we do has a tendency to be something that we call the fast AF round, but it never seems to go fast. So,
there's a sneak peek.
And it's ridiculous. I wish I could get away from that, but I mean, Godfrey has like the Snickers army, and it's
apparently
like
someone created a Facebook group I just got invited to. I don't even know what's going on.
Hey, Godfrey.
Apparently it's invite only. You can't just walk in there. You might get failed. So I'm just letting you know. I'm not running it either. Poppy, I've seen it. I haven't tried it.
You should try it.
I've heard about it, and I actually, I heard it was worth giving it a try.
I'm gonna try it right now. On my obsession list is the root beer wrath by Liquid Death. It tastes like root beer, but it's not. There's 10 calories in it. Only 2 grams of sugar added, so that's not a lot of sugar. Yeah. Not high fructose corn syrup, by the way. And but I'm gonna try that. I've been seeing them in stores. What flavor is that? Is that orange?
This is the orange, kind of like the orange crush version of. It's just like a replacement for sodas. I'm a huge soda lover too, so
that's how I got all sodas. Pretty much is this kind of stuff right here and that kind of stuff. I will say, I thought you were gonna scare me for a second and you were rocking the grapefruit drink, because I don't care anybody says 9 times out of 10 the grapefruit version of any drink is complete low tier. Okay,
I don't know, man. I like Sundrift. Sundrift grapefruit's pretty good, man.
So wait, Sundrift?
Yeah, Sundrift's a pretty banging seltzer. It's just a regular carbonated water thing, no sugar and all that bullshit. It's pretty good. Yeah, but you can get it at like Costco. They got it in like 36 packs or whatever.
I feel like back in the day when you grew up, you go into your pop's fridge and he might have that orange juice with the pulp in it, or the ruby red grapefruit drink, and you drink that, you're like, it's bitter. When you get the real ruby red grapefruit drink, you're like, what? And then you see him eating it at the table, and like, now you know as you get older, like his heart doctor made him do it. That's what he's doing. Because no one's eating that for taste.
My grandfather, I used to go to his house, no lie, dude. And this was a true story. My entire life as a child, I would go to his crib. My dad would drop me off, mom would drop me off, whatever. I'd be hanging for the day. And like, shout out to Clara, it's his lady that passed away years before he did. But she used to make me these like cucumber and mayonnaise, salt and pepper sandwiches on white bread. Yo, they were banging. Like outside of that, I would reach in the fridge, bro. And every time I went in the fridge, I either had to choose between grape soda or orange soda. It was like this conflict I had ever since I was a kid. Like, which one do I have while I'm here? It's like two of the best.
She had both though?
Both in the fridge at all times, bro. It was a staple at the crib. It was an amazing way to grow up. Shout out to my grandfather. Yeah, he was the man. Rest in peace.
Yeah, I just remember people eating grapefruit with a spoon, and I see them sprinkling sugar on it, and I'm like, yeah, what's the point of that? And it's because it tastes like crap. That's you cut through
dude. You don't like grapefruit at all?
I mean, it's bitter to me. I mean, I'll eat it in a pinch, but like,
well, the sugar has a tendency to dull out that bitterness. It gives it a nice little sweet, tangy kind of like, I mean, listen, if citrus ain't your thing, Godfrey ain't your thing.
I like citrus.
My grandma used to do it with salt. She would cut them in half and they sprinkle rock salt on it. Yes.
Yeah, it's all about that rock salt, man.
Yeah. So
okay. I'm about to get me. You know what? When I break my fast, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get myself a grapefruit. I'm gonna sprinkle some salt on that thing for you.
I'm not surprised by this answer from Christy, because she thinks salt water is delicious. So grapefruit juice is my favorite. Is it
right here?
Right there. You guys can cheers to that grapefruit juice.
It's probably better than the Vienna sausage juice, though.
Man. I mean, I don't know. That's a wild play. I'm
I
gonna
might,
try it.
I
I'm gonna
might
try it just to
try it.
try it.
Maybe I might try it, but
And we got fans out here, Godfrey. Why you not showing the love from the people that are supporting the stuff? You're only, you know what I mean?
I didn't even see it.
All right, look, boom, grapefruit was wonderful. Bang, you know what I mean?
My wife eats it just like that.
And then look, of course, look who it is having fun already in the comments. Mr. Aaron.
Grapefruit was a punishment invented by aesthetic monks.
I mean,
now
just...
half the people are like, Google, enhance, Google.
Well, Ed, let's get down to business, man. I mean, what's good, dude? My main question to you, right? We usually ask a couple in the beginning, just kind of see what's going on. Oh, before I forget, Funkin10, houseofrags.com. That'll save you 10% on your cart. Feel free to use the code. Check it out. Funkin10 is, in my opinion, better than some of the other codes that are out there, respectfully. Just sounds more fun. But, you know, give it a shot. Check out the House of Rags if you haven't purchased from them yet. I'm sure all you guys have on the chat because you guys are all big fans of us and them. So we appreciate that, but definitely wanted to get that out the way. All right, yo, what's the deal, dude? What the funk you been up to this week, man?
This week, we just landed a PPF job on a 2025 G-Wagon, a G63. So,
I mean, this just segues me right into the next one. Like, what don't you do, bro?
We do everything. We do everything. I mainly, like, as you know, I mainly concentrate on interiors. I probably can make as much money doing interiors than I can do making it doing a ceramic coating. So just to be honest with you, yeah,
I respect that. I've been an interior guy for 20 plus years, man. So I definitely respect that for sure. But like, how did you get into this PPF thing, right? Like,
it's the market, man. The market. So a couple of years ago, I think it was at SEMA, Tony Raldez. I'm a good friend with Tony, and yeah, Tony, shout out. Tony's, I think it was at SEMA, and they did a promotion with Optical and Jason and stuff like that with the people of Car Supplies Warehouse. So it was a package deal. It was like a 4 days of training, a roll of PPF, a keg, and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, that is the evolution of like the detailing. So I need to get on it. So I jump on it, did the training, and I start practicing. I haven't done too much of it. So for this G-Wagon, I actually flew in a friend of mine from Austin, Texas, from Top Class Auto Supply in Austin.
Okay. Not to be confused with Top Class on the West Coast. The two correct. Yep. They're both cool cats.
Yes. Amazing people. So he flew in. So he's pretty much taking the lead, and he's just like giving out pointers and stuff like that. We're doing training, hands-on training, and installing the full PPF on the vehicle. So
the fact that you went with a G-Wagon to just throw yourself into the mix
was
like, yo, listen, that's the way you're gonna do it, man. Just
we're gonna do it. Just like, let's do it.
Go right in with the hard edges.
The Tony. Okay, they got the Tony hat on.
Got the Raldo's details hat on.
Hey, shout out to Tone.
It's funny, you have one and I don't have one. I live like an hour away from him. So
I had to threaten.
He harasses people like crazy.
No, Tony, I did because he said it. I was like, "Yo, where's my hat at, bruh? Where's it?" And Serrano did the same thing. I was like, "Yo, bro, where's the hat at?"
Snap.
He
threatened. I know Chris already harassed me for one of mine. I'm like, I need to make some.
Listen, man, you got the nice ones too, because you spend good money on your hats, bro. They ain't cheap.
Yes.
I see them in the videos. I look at the hat as much as I look at your head all the time. Like, yo, you get nice hats, bro.
Yo, you guys got hats. We'll wear them on the show. Send them.
Absolutely. Send them down. Send them down. So, yo, speaking of our boy Tony, what's going on? You guys got an event going on the 18th, right?
We have an event. We've got a National Pro Club member event on June 18, 19, and 20th in Richmond, Virginia. So we're going to have Rupus USA, Touch Up RX, Car Supplies Warehouse, Detailers Roadmap, and You're Able. They're going to be attending. It's a 3-day event, hands-on. It is going to be amazing. So it's just something, a new experience we're providing to every detailer out there at every stage. We're going to go through wet sanding, polishing steps, like all the Rupus machines, polishes, pads, and everything else. Plus all the process to become a National Pro certified or accredited member. That way we can offer warranties on ceramic coatings.
Okay,
So
okay. That's what's up, man. Shout out to Tony, man. He's doing big things, dude. I mean,
yeah.
that guy's doing the modular setups now. You break them down, ship them out, putting them in vans. I mean, I was gonna reach out to him. I haven't gotten to him yet, but I was like, "Yo, dude, like, I'm gonna shoot you some shots of what I need. Like, build something for me."
Oh,
You know,
he will do it. Like I call
we
him the
gotta
engineer, man. That guy will come up with anything.
listen, man. We gotta
So
support each other, man. It's a big thing, right? Like,
it is.
obviously, any way that we can, we always try to, or whatever. But Tony's always been a great dude to us, man. We met him 2 years ago at MTE. Clapped the shot up with him. He didn't even realize we were in the shot, and then next thing you know, we become homies, talk here and there. See each other at SEMA, see each other at MTE. Man, it's nice. Like, getting to meet you, dude, like face to face. We have plenty of conversations,
We have plenty of them.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
But it's like, you know what I mean? Like getting to actually link together or whatever, hang out was kind of cool, man. So that's the best thing I try to tell people, man. Like MTE, if you're going to do an event, that's the one to go to for sure.
That's for
SEMA is
sure.
SEMA is an experience, man. It's this whole other thing. You're rushing around, you're trying to get the things in certain days, and there's kind of chaos associated to it. MTE, man, is just like where everybody just goes to hang. You just stand out front of somebody's booth the whole day and just kick it and see tons of people that you see on the internet all the time. You're like, oh my God, yo, dude, what's up? So
To be honest with you, NTE was like for me, it was like huge network event. Like actually get to
absolutely.
meet the people that we follow and stuff like that, asking the questions that you want to ask. Like for me, I found inspiration and I found a bunch of other stuff. Is like ask questions to like Jason directly from Car Supplies Warehouse. Like
Yep.
like I questions to you and everybody that I met. I'll be like, hey, what am I doing? What am I doing wrong? What I can do better?
Yep.
How can I improve my business and stuff like that? And it's like,
And plus,
yeah, it was
how
amazing.
many of your peers did you meet? I mean, there's a ridiculous amount of cats down there that just show
Yeah,
up, So it's pretty cool, man. I mean, it's definitely a cool experience. Everyone should check it out. I think they're moving to a bigger facility this year because the detailing side of things is getting so big.
it
So
was huge. Yeah.
they're moving it to another building. It was the original building I think it was in, and then they went out over to the Gaylord. Now I think they're going back to, I forget what the building's called, but it's supposed to be a bigger layout. It's a carpeted interior, which is really nice. That's a different thing for everybody in there, so you less on your feet.
Mhm.
But I think
Yo,
this year
if
was something
Christian
like it
tries to
wouldn't have
stop
been
me
for me.
next year, I'm wearing Mandals next time there. I'm going to wear sandals. I swear to God, I'm with open toe sandals.
Listen,
on
do me a
that floor.
favor. Why don't you just try to show up on time, be up in the morning, act like you're a normal functioning member of society, make sure you're ready to go. You know what I mean? That's the big thing we got to worry about with you. But
Baby
outside of that,
steps.
we're
Baby
good.
steps.
5 minutes late with sandals on. That's all I can promise.
With Crocs. You got to wear the Crocs.
You know what,
It's
man?
sports mode.
You ain't getting me for that, man.
The
At all.
Crocs. You know, I think I challenge someone to actually make Christian a custom bio bomb pair of Crocs, and he'll just wear it out of guilt at least once in the public because he
In
knows
public?
Yeah, why not
I mean,
public?
maybe around the house, and I'd have to like come.
Cut the grass.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't trust them. I'm weird, man. When I cut my grass, I gotta wear like pants and like boots, man.
Yeah, me too, man.
Because I'm always whacking weed. Like I'm a weed whacking junkie, so I'm like taking all, I cut all my edges down real nice, but like grass is just flying everywhere. And I'm a lefty, so I hold things backwards. So I'm kicking it up on my pants the whole time, and I can't change.
I cut the grass in sandals.
What?
Yo, you're rugged, man. I can't. Yo, I know a guy who cut his toes off.
Yo, that's what I mean. That's the
I
biggest
can't
thing.
do
It's
it.
the slip and fall on the mower, like going down the hill like an idiot.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, your foot goes underneath.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
I'm joking about the mandals. I'm not wearing no mandals, dude. But
yeah, you are. You are.
I'm putting you in mandals.
I wear flip flops in a tropical setting, but mandals is never gonna happen. Mandals is the sandal with the strap over it. You know what I mean? And I'm not doing all that. You know what I mean? That's like, it's not quite a sandal. It's not quite a shoe. It's a mandal. So
thanks, Godfrey. We're going to have to clip that and make that a definite clip that we cycle for the podcast.
That's fine.
Want to learn about mandals? Listen to what Godfrey has to say about them right here.
Listen, you got an accessory that I could talk about, but I'll leave it.
What?
Yeah, you're out.
The little bag thing?
Your little man purse right there.
Chest bag? It's a little chest bag.
Name it a chest bag.
Yeah, I was just going to say it. I was going to say it's
Jack Bauer.
Yeah, it's like a Jack Bauer bag, man.
Wait. So you got to give it a specific name because you don't want it to be called the man purse. It's just a strap purse over your back.
You never watched the series 24 Hours?
Nah, dude. He's never seen
I've watched Seinfeld when they talked about the man purse. I have watched that episode. That was before 24 hours. Okay. That's where my definition comes from.
Whatever, Godfrey.
It's a European men's carry-all.
Hey, listen, it's a nice low way to carry different things when you're going to an event like that. You throw it down for the day, you're good. You know, I mean,
Chest
obviously somebody
bag.
picks it up. It is what it is. Yeah, a little chest bag, man.
Stock and Crocs. Can you buy
It's a
that?
man purse.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So, yo, Ed, man, I'm telling you, like, obviously you're doing this PPI shop now. You do a lot of interior stuff. Obviously, I want to talk about some of your crazy stories. You're like the maestro of the game. You'd be finding mice every other day. We're having conversations on the phone, like, bro, I found another one. But I mean, dude, you do like RVs, you're doing premium luxury cars, you're doing exotics. I mean, you're basically touching everything.
Yes,
From what I did and doing a little bit of digging with you or whatever, you're retired Coast Guard, right?
that is correct. Yes,
First and foremost,
22,
thank you
22
for your
years in the
service.
service. Yes,
22 years in the service.
yes.
How old are you, man?
46.
Get the hell out of here. Really?
Yeah,
All right. You got some time in the game, brother.
yeah.
46? No, I'm just playing.
You always be trying to do that to people, man.
Yeah, listen, 46 is a good age.
But what got you
It
into the
is.
detailing thing, man? Like, obviously, you were 20 years doing service when did you go in? When you were like 17, 18?
Yeah, man. It's like Puerto Rican. So we grew up like detailing cars. And I always like, I need to make money to go out and hang out with the friends. So wash your mom's car, wash your neighbor's car,
Sure.
and stuff like that. I work in body shops like growing up when I was a teenager. When I was 13, I was working at a body shop.
You grow up
Sanding,
in VA or no?
in PA, Puerto Rico.
PR. Okay.
PR. So it's just that's the way I grew up. So always being polishing, sanding, painting cars, fixing cars, and stuff like that. So I always had that passion. So always maintaining my cars looking good. Like I don't know if you guys remember like Sino, that Sino polishes back in like early 2000s and stuff like that. I had all my cars like polished with Sino and protected with that.
Oh, design all stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
I still have the bucket from Sino. Like that's always been passionate and always finding something different to work with. So I think it was 2017. I got stationed in Puerto Rico in San Juan, in Old San Juan. I was in charge of what we call the command center. And that's when Hurricane Irma and Maria came over. My wife and my kids, I moved in with my family. My wife and my kids, they left Puerto Rico because the hurricane was going to hit, the Cat 5 hurricane. So I stayed behind, worked for like whatever, 3 months straight, no break. Working 18 hours a day. So we're in a hurricane response mode. So my wife and my kids decided they're not coming back. They're staying in Miami. So I'm staying what we call the Geo Bachelor. So you stay in the barracks and you go to work and to sleep. And I needed to find something to do. So I remember I'd be like, hey, I still have all my car detailing stuff in here. And we had a little nice shack right next to the beach. We call it the Chief's Hut for E7 and above, right? So the rank, and right next to the beach, we got water, we got power. And I started detailing my own car. And then there was another chief or another petty officer stop by, hey, can you detail my car? I'd be like, sure. And I started just going at it again and again. And simply car detailing started then and there. And registered, I started doing business. And I started doing all the exportation details for the Coast Guard members whenever they're shipping the vehicles out from Puerto Rico.
Really?
Yes. So like
so
they knew me.
Was that like an on-base connect? Is that how that worked?
Yeah,
Like you just
exactly.
kind of like because you were the guy, or like, yo, we just gotta get Ed to do it before we send it out.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's awesome, dude. What a great way to segue from one thing into another.
Exactly. So did that for whatever 17 to 2019, and then I came to Virginia. That was my last duty station, and I just carry on the business. And one day, I was about a year before I was going to retire. My wife asked me, "Say, hey, what are you doing with the business?" And I'm like, I don't know. What do you want to do? It's like I want to have a brick and mortar. I want to have a shop. I want to have a mobile detailing. It was like, what are you doing about it? And I was like, nothing. So the next thing I know, I just bought a van. The van got here. I watch old Tony's videos. I build my setup myself in the garage after work, like from 9 o'clock until midnight.
I love that, bro.
Like I put the kids to bed, and now I'll be in the garage, like drilling, putting reel hoses, painting, bending, and making stuff up, watching Tony's videos. And I'll be like, okay, what did Tony do here? All right,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
And like build it myself. So
I
from
love that, dude.
there, Simply Car Detail and Mobile Setup started. I retired from the Coast Guard. I did a contractor job for a little bit, and then I quit the job and started doing detailing full time mobile for a year. Got the shop last September, and since then I have never looked back.
That's awesome.
Don't
man.
regret it at all.
Congratulations, bro. That's a big play right there, brother.
Yeah.
Big play, big play. Listen, I think that's awesome, man. Like just the story in general, being able to just jump from going from Coast Guard, then kind of, coming here. What made you settle in VA?
We love VA. Of all the places that I've been at, I used to be stationed in Philly. I used to be in charge of the command center right there.
You mentioned that to me before.
Yeah.
Shout out to Philly. Yeah.
It was amazing. We wanted to go back to Philly. We used to live in Jersey in Mount Laurel. I have 2 job offers.
County, that's where I grew up in New Jersey. I hear that.
Mount Laurel?
Willingboro, but not too far from there. Yep.
I had 2 job offers up there, but then we look at the housing market and the taxes and all this stuff, and I was like, this is ridiculous. I was like, I can't.
Taxes are high up there. My sister lives up there, but the schools are excellent.
Yes. So Virginia was the second option. And I was like, by the end of my career, I spent 12 years in the station in Virginia. So I was like,
comfortable with the area, it was a nice place to be at. That's what's up.
And this is where the money's at. So, my target audience is in this area where I live, in Williamsburg. Yeah.
So speaking of that in general, right? I mean, obviously, I would credit some of your, I guess, notoriety from your business or where you're located or whatever. Do you feel like a lot of that has to come with the amount of content you produce? Because I just think it's one of those things, like with a lot of guys who have mobile setups who are doing things, like you're one of them guys consistently. If I pop the app open 3 times a day, whatever it might be, it's like you're always in there, bro, at the top. It's like, this is Ed from Simple, and you do your thing every time in the beginning, that little 5-second thing, and like it just grabs me. I was like, what is it dude working on today? You know what I mean? Because you always got something. You got some big ass RV, or you're doing like a Bentley or whatever. It's just like you're all over the place all the time. And then you do have those crazy interiors that you mess with too. So
yes. So to be honest with you, it's just networking and stuff like that. Around the area, I had been, I said, blessed to meet some people. It's like I have like a couple business accounts and stuff like that with a collision repair shop.
That's a huge pickup. Guys don't realize how important it is, man, to be able to make connections with your local dealerships and your local body shops, man. Like it's such a big deal. You go in, you introduce yourself, drop a card down, like, hey, listen, man, you ever run to a pinch or whatever, give me a buzz. I'm a hungry dude. I'm out here grinding 7 days a week, whatever. I can do something on the weekend if something pops up, whatever. Just don't hesitate to give me a call. And like just network in that way alone, dude. It's like you get in with a good body shop and they got some lackey that does a shit job on a car, and a customer's going to be a pain in the ass. They're going to call you up, dude, and that could bring you in an extra, $1,000 a month.
Dude, it is ridiculous the amount of opportunities they have provided. So not only they call me to just recondition the vehicles after they finish the repair, and it's just a quick detail. It's not even a detail. It's just like an express. Just dust it off, quick vacuum, wash the outside, make it look clean. That way they can deliver. But the connection is for the insurance claims. That is the part that I can make $2,500 in a matter of 3 hours doing a fungicide, doing an odor mitigation, doing a water mitigation services, and all this stuff. So it's like, that's the connection. It's like, I'll sacrifice, I will charge them cheap for the express details, but I make my money on the insurance claims, like that.
I like that, dude. That's a lot of game right there for the people, man, for sure. So like, go into a little bit more detail with that for somebody that's a little more interested in like kind of how to get involved with that process. Like, where would you personally recommend them doing that, considering you have kind of like a little bit of a deeper experience level?
So what I did, like the first time that we connected, like and I found Bio Bombs, It was after I took a course, and the IRCRC is the Institute of Inspection and Cleaning and Restoration Certification.
Hmm.
So it's the same process that you do to actually do the crime scene cleanups and stuff like that. It's like this. There is a list of courses that you can do in there. I took the courses called the Odor Control Technician, the OCT.
Hmm.
It was online course. You take an exam after the course. It's an 8 hour. Um, you take the exam, you take the certification, and you learn about all the odor mitigation, the ozone, the chlorine dioxide,
Hmm.
the effects like the fungicides and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of amazing tools and amazing training opportunities out there. That's what it got me into the interiors, deep into it.
Okay. Now, where do you go to actually try to build that relation? Like, how would you, if somebody listening wants to go to a body shop tomorrow and they're like, yo, it's a great idea. I never thought about that. Like, what do you think? How do they approach that situation at the shop?
To be honest with you, at least for the body shop that I go to, um, I went over there, like I'm a licensed insured. They'll be like, hey, I'm Ed Mateo. This is my certification as an odor control technician. This is what I do. This is my job. Um, Consider me or give me a try for the next like hazmat or anything like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
A lot of people I know, a lot of us interior detailers is like how many times we had clean up, like throw up. So
Countless.
I had clean up, throw up a bunch of times. And it's
Right.
like, so it's like, do you consider throw up to be a biohazard uh, event
Sure.
or
Sure.
yeah? So exactly. So if you do a cleanup for a biohazard for a throw up
You might as well.
car in an
Yeah.
insurance claim, you can charge $1,800.
Boom.
Why so much? It's
Boom.
like all the rags that you're gonna use are gonna use
Toss.
them and then toss them.
Yep.
I will buy a cheap vacuum. I will
Sure.
use it and I'll toss it. All the
Yep.
PPE, all the brushes, nozzles, you name it, your time, your experience, your cleaning abilities, and everything else. It's like
Boom.
$1,800, 2 hours. And by
Love
the
that.
time you get there, the vehicle is already dismantled for you.
Which is
So
even
you literally
better.
show up, clean,
There's
and get
like,
out.
yeah,
You don't have to put it back together.
that's
That's it.
awesome.
They
Yeah.
charge for everything else. They're all the hours to put it, dismantle it, put it
Yep.
back. It's like
Yep.
they charge
Yep.
that.
That's one of the times. I mean, I'm personally, I'm a huge interior fan myself, man. Like, I feel like as far as the gratification aspect for the customer who's going to be in the car every day, it's like that interior transformation to most clients
Yeah.
matters more than the exterior protection, right? And I don't say that to diss the ceramics or whatever. I'm a big fan of all that, but I'm saying if you're in the car every day, so that
Yeah.
transformation is a pretty big process, right? And like,
Yeah.
there's money to be made there. I
It
mean,
is. It
plain and simple, dude. There's some serious money to be made in interiors, and it's, in my opinion, I think who was saying it with the girls podcast we had, guy for this said it was therapeutic. Was that Lindsay? Yeah, I think it was Lindsay. She
Yeah.
was saying it was like therapeutic. She's like, when she does the ceramic, she's on it and she's
yeah.
got the lights and she's doing this and it's moving. Make sure you're, overlapping and whatever. And she's like, I get in the interior, man. I kind of just turn a playlist on in my head or let my mind kind of run wild and I just dig in and just do my thing.
Yeah.
So
I wanted
And
to ask you a question, and so I heard you talk about relationships with, you know, body shops and you know dealerships and all that. I hear people talk about that. The biggest thing is that I hear a lot of the guys get into the game is how do I get in there, right? And I know how to tell them that because I've worked at a dealership. But have you been in a situation where they said no at first and then
yeah.
eventually they came back to you? How do you approach that? Because I'm pretty sure some people in the listen audience want to hear that because the biggest fear is the rejection of the ask, right? And you're not always going to get that connection right away, but I feel like you got to be persistent with it. How did you deal with that when you ran into that?
Like I said, I'm 46 years old. I'm
mhm,
to the point that I just really don't. It's not that I don't care if they say no.
Mhm.
So I'm like, I will go. When I established my business, I went around to all the detailing shops and introduced myself. Be like, hey, I'm Ed Mateo. I'm the owner of Simply Car Detailing. If you need anything, just let me know. right? And I did exactly the same thing with all the body shops. It's like, hey, I'm Ed Mateo, Simply Car Detailing. You need to let me know. And I did that for like 3 months in a row. At the beginning, everybody said no. And then I got one call. Be like, hey, I have a big project. Can you give me a hand? And I'll be like, why, yes, I can. And then a body shop call. I'll be like, all right, cool. I got this. Can you do this? So I was like, yes, sir. I'll be there.
It's so cool though, right? You probably can remember when you first started getting those phone calls and you like hung the phone up and you're like, oh shit, like that's what's like, here we go. Like,
exactly.
I love
that.
Because
people
that's such a
like,
beautiful moment to remember, dude.
People in small towns have that problem, I think, a lot too, because there's less people around, less dealerships, stuff like that. But it's the persistence pays off. Because I know from being on the other side, they'd be like, when I was in the sales side of the car dealership, there'd be too many cars for them to handle, right? Yeah. And then they would have to outsource, right? And then the thing with that is you just have to be ready for when the other dude that's in there slips up, and then you come in and you intercept the ball. That's why you get in there. Like, I need someone now. Here it is, and they're gonna come, and you just gotta wait for that shot because you're gonna get it.
And to be honest with you, I was doing it to the point that I got tired of looking at me walking through that door. Mm-hmm. Then it was just like, hey, every month or just like, I'm bored. I don't have no job today. I'm just gonna drive around to everybody's shop that I know of. And they're like, all right, cool.
Get that FaceTime.
Get that FaceTime, and I would be like, oh, I remember that guy. I remember the van. I remember that he's mobile. I remember that he can do this. I remember he can do that. And I'd be like, all right, cool.
They could not even like you. They could be sitting in a meeting going, damn, we need someone to get this done. And I'm like,
exactly.
What about the guy that comes here every month? Son of a bitch. All right, exactly. Hey, we're finally going to give you a shot. Come on down here. And it definitely happens. Like, I've been on the other side of that coin. It definitely happens that way.
Oh, dude, it's happened back when we first started doing buy bonds, bro. Like, some of the dealerships I'd be trying to knock on doors with or whatever. It's like these cars would be so bad, and I would just be like, yo, all you guys gotta do is stick this thing in a damn car, fill water, and drop a damn tablet. Like, I'm telling you. And like, you'd fight them and fight them and fight them, and then all of a sudden, it's like 14 phone calls later. They're like, yo, Chris, I use this stuff. It's like the best stuff. I'm like, thank you, welcome aboard. You know what I mean? But it's like you hang that phone up and you're like, it's one of those things where it's like, that's people quit after like 1 or 2 no's, and statistically, like you got to get to 7, 8, 9 before like you really, someone's like, listen, don't call me again. All right, cool, man. We're clear. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want no hard feelings or whatever. You're not interested, but like, you got to keep knocking because sometimes, man, like that opportunity comes right at that exact moment and you're there and it falls in your lap and beautiful things happen. So
when they say don't call me again, just say forever. And they don't know what to say to that. And the thing is, you don't know what's going on in that person's life. They're not going to tell you, right? So you may think it's no to you. It's no to your product. It's no to everything that's going on at that moment.
Yeah, they could have had a fight with your old lady.
They could have a fight with the old lady. The dog could have died. Yep. Something crazy could have happened. And they're just not dialed in right now to deal with you at that moment. And you can't take that to heart and take it out for the lifetime of that duration of the relationship. You know what I mean? That's the biggest mistake in sales. I've had people where they were complete assholes to me, and I ended up closing them a year later, and now they're my best friend because I just stuck with it. I looked past it and I kept my mind on the goal.
Yeah. I'm super optimist. I was like, whatever. I was like, wherever. Tomorrow is going to be a better day. Today is going to be a better day. So every day that we're above ground is a great day. So
speak on it, bro. That's my thing. I say every day, brother. Any day above there, it's a good day, bro. I don't care how bad it is.
Yesterday is behind us. Today is the present, and tomorrow is unknown. So it's all good.
Love it. I seen something today from a Buddhist monk that was talking or whatever, and it just keeps falling into my algorithm, which I love, man, because Buddhism in general is wild to me. But this guy was saying, like, I tell everybody, like, you live for one day. Like, you're born in one day, you live for one day, you die. It's all one day. You know what I mean? Like, today is the only day that matters. It's not about what you did yesterday. It's not about, obviously think about what you're doing tomorrow, but like, you have to live for today. Like, people who get up and are like, oh man, it's Monday or whatever. Like, you can't live like that. It's not the way it is.
Today's a present. That's what it's called. It's
Absolutely.
A present.
It's a gift, man. That's why they call it the present. Absolutely. 100%. Listen, dude, every single time I see one of your videos, there ain't a time you ain't smiling. There ain't a time you're not appreciating the opportunity and loving every part of what you're in there with, man. And that's like, to me, that's what draws people. to businesses, right? It's like when you see that people, like, you go into your local store and they give you that smile and they know you, even your local bank, whatever it might be, where you travel frequently, man, like the experience you have in that interaction is important. And I think what you do is a really good example for a lot of people who create content online, is to put your face out there, right?
Yeah,
Like
you
a
have
lot
to.
of guys don't do that. Like they don't put their face out there in these videos when they're doing stuff. And it's great to showcase a cool edited little thing, you know, and whatever, because, you know, we all like cars, we all like to see the suds, we all like to see that the process. But like getting yourself out there, the guys that put themselves out there in front of the camera, I feel like those are the guys that really get the steam, man. You know,
Yeah.
like a couple guys off the top of my head, like you, Charleston Details, one of them dudes. Be over at Purdy's great. Like there's a lot of, like, Tony, like you put yourself out there, man, in front of the camera, you connect more with your audience. When you connect more with your audience, it's going to give you a better reputation. You're going to get bigger business. Your network's going to grow. People are going to notice you when you show up at MTE, right? Like if you're one of them guys that's never behind the, you're always behind the camera, you could be walking around being the next biggest dude. Nobody even knows who you are. You know what I mean? So,
to be honest with you, there was a couple of people that inspired me to do that. That was like definitely Tony. And I see, I think Carlos is in the chat trying to like get the talk about rinseless wash. He wants to start a war over there. But definitely, those two guys, like from the top of my head, they were like, you know what, you can just be yourself and just point the camera at you, show wherever you're going to show, and just be yourself and just make a video. Just do it. Just don't worry about it.
Jamie, don't you worry. Don't you worry. We'll rank some Easter candies next week just for you. And there will be no Vienna sausage flavored Peeps. All right.
Yeah.
And listen, I'll tell you what, I might actually, you might see me. I might be a blue 40, red, yellow dye, and you name it. I'm gonna be in that thing next week, bro. I'm gonna get the malt balls from Whoppers. I'm gonna get the Cadbury cream eggs. I'm gonna get Peeps because I don't mind a peep here and there.
You like the Peep show?
Peep is sugar rubber.
It's not like I like Peeps by any means, but I have no problem. I eat anything, bro. Like you can take me out to dinner anywhere you want. I'm the cheapest date ever. I don't care where you take me, what we're eating, as long as it's food, I'm good for the most part.
What's your
Like,
favorite drink?
Now I'm getting a little bit weird with what I eat and stuff, but like ultimately, I will still eat anything you put in front of me.
What's your favorite drink?
You talking about alcohol or regular?
Pick.
I mean,
alcohol. Let's do alcohol. Let's do alcohol.
I'm a Tito's vodka guy. If I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna do Tito's and water with a lemon. You know, fresh squeezed lemon. That's my preferred go-to. It's a light summer drink. It doesn't really. I was in on the seltzers and doing these and doing that and beer. And I mean, I've been through my phases in life.
Yeah.
As I get older, man, I just want something a little bit with a little bit of bite to it. You know, that's refreshing at the same time. So Tito's and water is usually my go-to. What about you?
For me, it's just old-fashioned.
Oh yeah,
it's just bourbon.
Okay.
Big block of ice, and then just take it easy. That's it.
Okay. What's your favorite kind of bourbon?
Angel's Envy for now.
I love you, bro. I was gonna say that's one of my tops without a doubt. Angel's Envy is fire, bro.
Yeah. So far that one, and I got a couple. I went to Tennessee a couple years ago. And we got a bottle of Forge. There's a couple distilleries. There's distilleries everywhere in Tennessee. So a local distillery, and I got an Old Forge bourbon. That thing is.
Where's that in Tennessee? I'm heading to Tennessee at the end of the month.
Where are you going?
Like Bristol area.
Bristol. So it's a little bit. I think it's a little bit west of Bristol. Yeah.
Okay.
Old Forge, like by the party area of like, or the eastern side of Tennessee.
I'm trying
like
my
right
hardest to get in and out one day, bro, and not stay. I'm telling you, one of the wildest parts about me, something you didn't know about me. I've been like, me and one of my boys have been on this country kick like you would not imagine, bro. It's so bad that like me and one of my grown ass homies, we send each other the wildest country songs in the world, dude. So I mean, I'm like hyped to get out there because I feel like I'm gonna like throw on my snake boots, put a little cowboy hat on or whatever, and kind of enjoy the moment. But I'm like, I got to get in and out, man. I can't be hanging in Tennessee like that. I'm gonna wind up moving. That's how much I like country music right now. So like, you know, I gotta I got to consider how long I'm staying out there. But
No, they will give you some moonshine, and then you'll definitely will stay over there, though.
phew, bro, I used to have a couple over the years. I've had wild experiences, right? Because we've been in dealerships working for years, so I ran into a lot of different wild cats. There was a dude named Kev. Shout out to Kev. I know you ain't listening, but you're one of my favorite people ever. This dude was a tow truck driver that did repos and stuff like that, but he lived in PA and he had to do repos in Jersey, and there's a no carry law in Jersey at all. So like he fought. It took him like 7 years. He was like one of these wild dudes, you know what I mean? But it took him like 7 years to get his license to carry over there. But he had to strap it up, go over the same bridge every night, take it out of a lockbox, and make sure when he came back over the bridge, he would lock it back up again, and he was able to actually carry, you know? But this dude used to bring this moonshine mix stuff. Dude, it came in like a gallon icy tea container or whatever. And dude, I would bring them out and we would bring them to somebody's house, dude. And I'm telling you, drink 1 gallon of that with 3 of your boys or whatever. It tastes like it was iced tea ish, but dude, you wouldn't even be able to walk. And you're like, I don't know what's in this shit, but sign me up for another gallon next week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
So in Puerto Rico, we had this little moonshine that will cure in a coconut.
ooh.
That thing,
I'm in.
it is evil.
Does that make it not taste like moonshine as much with the coconut?
Yes, it doesn't taste like it doesn't taste like alcohol.
I'm a coconut guy.
That's wild, bro. There's got to be a lot of crazy stuff going on. You guys are drinking coconut party, man. That's wild.
Yeah, you bury it for months.
But coconut and alcohol?
Really?
Yeah, you bury it.
Really? I love that.
I had to, like, I met a couple people that would call it, at least for me, is just the mountain water. So it was like, hey, whenever we're doing a survey or work transit or something like that, it's like I would make a couple phone calls. I'd be like, hey, you got some rainwater? And be like, sure, what's up? What flavor do you want? And I was like, oh, you got some coconuts and whatever, like passion fruit. And I'd be like, all right, cool. So,
listen, they want to know what's on your country playlist. But first, I'll tell you my favorite.
Beyonce.
I'm a dirty martini. Dirty martini.
Beyonce.
Dirty martini.
Yep. Vodka, dirty martini.
If I'm going through the podcast just randomly, we got some Luke Combs, got some Morgan, got some Hardy, Dustin Lynch, Cole, Swindle. I got Chase Matthew in here. Shit, who else?
I just put in Hot Country. That's it.
Dude, I mean, listen, Braylon's in here. My truck's one of my favorite country joints there is, dude. Like, I mean, there's just country starting to blend. It's like kind of newer poppy-ish, and I think that kind of like some people hate on it. I think it's really good for the genre in general. You know, because old school country is respectable, man. I get down with Willie. I get down, you know, it's like for me, the new stuff is it's just more.
What about Conway Twitty?
Conway Twitty.
That's old school country.
Yeah.
I mean, is that like country that's like not cool country, or are we talking about
like Hank Williams-esque era, you know?
Yeah, I mean, listen, like, that's like the Billy Ray Cyrus era wasn't
right
really
before
for
that.
me.
Right
I wasn't like a Bonnie Rett kind of chick and stuff like that, or rate like to me, it was Willie. You know, if you throw Johnny in that mix, you know what I mean. But like, I wasn't really into like the older stuff. Although I could get down with it, man. I love old like folk jazz and stuff like that. So like, you know, as I get older, man, my palate's closing and my ears are opening up. You know.
I got another random question. Have you tried the Puerto Rican eggnog?
Coquito? We talked about that several episodes ago, and I got food for it. Yeah, I got food for it. Yeah, they were like, even Eddie's in there. Eddie was in here. He was like, they don't know about that in that chat. I was like, wow. I was like, well, I know about Coquito, and it's
Coquito's banging,
awesome.
Yeah, Coquito is evil. He's evil.
Mm-hmm. 100%, bro.
And we got like first from Puerto Rico and Pitorro. That's the Puerto Rican moonshine, the Pitorro.
Okay,
that's what we're talking about in there. So,
well, like the thing is, right? Humberto be flying over here for MTE. This dude needs to bring some of the good stuff over, man.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
it's for some reason it's illegal to bring that in airplanes and stuff like that.
It's ridiculous.
Like, they don't have like tax stamps or I don't know why they're making all this stuff.
Of weird laws on stuff now.
Yeah, the government is definitely doing that.
You can't send anything like that in the mail, but there's so much drugs getting moved through the mail every single day. It's unbelievable. You know what I mean? But heaven forbid we move a little bit of.
Man, listen, I'm sending
brain
Coquito.
alcohol
I'll
through the
send some
air.
Coquito in the mail, man. They lose your packages half the time anyway, so you might even get through. So you know what I'm saying?
Godfrey's a
It's a
rebel.
You know
Godfrey's a
how they
rebel.
lose it? It's like they stop at the post office and the guys are drinking on the back.
Well,
like,
that's possible, yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah. So
listen.
you
Hopefully
got lost.
they don't
Yeah.
be drinking the biobomb solution because sometimes their packages we got to find them. Like,
As
yo,
much as them things be getting lost in the mail lately, man, I'll tell you what, bro. But
yeah.
it's unreal, man. United States Postal Service is like, yeah, man, like, yo, we'll charge you $4 to ship this thing. We're not going to tell you it's going to take 19 days to get to you, and we're going to route it from, dude, we had orders, they shipped from Pennsylvania. I've had orders going to New Jersey that have went to Ohio or California before it went back to Jersey. And I'm like, you wonder why this whole operation has been losing money since inception. Back in the day, you guys come out with this wonderful thing called Ground Select, and literally the only people to get yelled at because they know they can't call y'all because you don't answer the phone is us. They're like, yo, I ordered my package like 9 days ago. Where's it at? I seen it went to Virginia and back. I'm literally 2 counties over from you.
I actually got the
and I'm like,
postmaster from Bronx, New York on the phone. Believe it, I know. I actually got the
Man.
postmaster on the phone.
Yeah.
I went up the chain. It took me a day. We figured it out. But yeah, it's tough. That's tough customer service, man.
Hey, Chris, what is your biggest challenge? Like, what was like your most challenging interior detail you had done?
I mean, we've done so. Like when we were first starting our mobile detail company, the wildest thing we do was we would go into the dealership and we'd be like, "Yo, we just walked your lot. We found these 3 cars or 5 cars that were just trashed." Like I'm saying. They weren't through detail yet at all. They were literally coming in off of like that. I don't mean to say this against people in a weird way, but like dirty people who just can sit in a car that's dirty, right? Like if there's a certain type of cat I don't vibe with, like give me the terminology for that type of cat. And I typically don't vibe with that type of cat, right? Like I can't get in the car and have it be dirty. There's one person and he's sitting right here to me that I would let have a dirty car and I'll sit in his car, but there's not many other people.
Well, that's because he didn't want his precious car looked at in a control parking lot while we were in SEMA for 3 days or 4 days. He's like, I'm not taking my car up there. I'm not getting a lift. I'm like, you don't got gaps on? Like, you get a new one. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I just listen. I'm particular about my whip, right? So like, if we're gonna go leave it in like a parking lot for like, I don't know.
He wants it to be Fort Dix level security.
Yo, I'm just saying, I don't trust the homies at the joint, man. They all run around. These guys constantly got shit going on. Everybody that owns them parking lot joints or whatever, they're all shady. Everybody in the comments could tell me. It's not like you never parked up there and you've been like, yo, is my car even going to be cool? Are these dudes going to like swap my head unit out with a broken John in the middle of my trip and I'm going to get in my car and my radio's not going to work no more? You know what I mean?
Are people swapping head units anymore? I feel like that was like mid-2000s.
I'm just listen, man.
That was like 90s and 2000s.
Yeah, I'm hitting that 48-hour mark, man. I might be starting to black out. I plan on going to sleep after the podcast. So if I start veering off the side or whatever, just reel me back in, Godfrey.
Christian's like, yo, I got to protect my tape deck. I don't want anybody to get my Pioneer doubled in.
Do you used to take like the head unit with you in your pocket and in your pocket?
And it's all long and it had that big bulky case on it. But yeah, I mean, listen, that was a real thing, dude. Unfortunately, in high school when I was growing up, man, like if you were a kid that ran into the school parking lot and you had your stuff bumping, like there was cats that were hating on you and looking to try to gank it. Cats had their system stolen in the parking lot. Like for me, I didn't even care, right? Steal my system. I always grab another one. I was young. I was dropping anything I could put in my car in a car just so that it would sound good or whatever, or what I thought would sound good. Meanwhile, it sounded like absolute garbage, but whatever. But like, don't take my CD book, man.
I know.
That's the shit that really gets me, man. And I'm going to have a rant about it right now. I'm going to say a big F you out to whoever it was that took my shit when I was in high school. I had like 300 CDs in my damn book. I worked for every one of them. I just started burning CDs maybe 6 months before that happened. So I probably only had 20 burned CDs, like the old put one CD in here, put one CD in here, and literally copy the damn shit.
Yeah.
Like, but every other CD I bought on my own damn money. You know what I mean?
I remember you cast back in the day.
Book. And you know how people are. Your music collection is not like mine. So you're like, oh, like the Alcoholics, Tribe Called Quest, whatever. Like, bing, 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 just throwing all my shit out. Like, take the ones you want, dog. Like, I don't care. Just leave the rest of the shit. You know what I mean? I'm so happy we don't have to deal with that.
You can't diss Pioneer like that. Pioneer's quality, all right? I'll give you Alpine and Kenwood, but come on. Pioneer and Kenwood.
Kenwood was my joint. I always bang. I had them all. Shout out to the hookup. I ain't gonna say where it came from or how it got, but I always had all the head units as a kid. I had them all. Kenwood was my favorite, hands down.
I remember cats when they first started burning CDs. They thought they were like an astronaut. They were sitting here like this.
Do you remember like Napster and all
4
that
hours
other stuff?
Oh yeah, man. That was I'm telling you, like when I was dude, like Kazaa, all that stuff, bro. The wildest part about that is that's when the internet first went crazy, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Like when that all happened, right? Because I remember I was 8, I just turned 18. I moved out of my parents' house and I got an apartment in this town called Ambler. Really cute little spot or whatever. It was like wasn't in like a big establishment. It was a twin with like 2 apartments in the front and my joint was in the back. So it was all private or whatever. My grandfather's like, what do you want me to get you? Like, you need me to, like, buy you some couches or something like that. I want to get you a housewarming gift. Congratulations. I'm like, Grandpa, I just want a computer. He's like, a what? I'm like, a computer. I'm like, I never really had one growing up. And I'm like, I just want one. And then like, I got one. And like, that was the end. My whole life changed. Like Napster, Kazaa, Shazam, all that. I had a buddy that put me on the dark web. I was knee deep in the internet and like stuff and download. And I'm like, yo, this is wild. I mean, we had like another boy that was hacking the DirecTV boxes with the little cards. Remember the Randy Moss card? So like the one card had Randy Moss on it. This dude would hack them things out. We'd had every single movie. I remember watching all the Mummy movies when they came out, like immediately on like all the premium channel. I mean, it was wild, dude. I love being a kid, man. The internet ain't the same no more, man. You can find anything you want without even trying.
Yeah.
I had like that Anarchy cookbook. It was like a 300-page thing that was like, told you all different ways to do shit that you probably shouldn't even say on the internet anymore or whatever. But it was like all done in like, that old school font with like asterisks and stuff like that with designs all over the page and stuff, like that was the true internet, man. Shout out to the OG internet.
Yeah, we got some questions. So,
snap!
I talk so much, man.
Tony's vest. How you liking it? I saw it at MT.
Yeah. I was gonna ask one of my banner questions I wanted to ask you, bro. Like when we were on Tony thing, I kept forgetting. Like, what do you think about the vest?
Tony's vest is definitely something that you guys need to watch out for. Like that's for sure. Like I've been using it for a while now, especially to do interiors when you're carrying a bunch of brushes and stuff like that.
Hands down.
So I was like, there was no brainer.
Hands down. Because I've always been a hip dude. I usually keep a one side, like a waitress type of smock type of joint, like, that's designed. Exactly. It's a heavy canvas, but it's usually on my one side. So that when I lean, I can just slide it to the other side, pull out what I need. But the vest, man, like I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, so the vest, like even for ceramic coating, it's like putting your rags, like you cleaning your rags, your applicator, whenever you're doing, like, for example, today I'm doing the PPF, so I have all my squeegees, my knife, my flashlight, everything is like in a pouch in front of me, and I don't have to worry about like where I put it. I was like, oh shit, it's just
Plus, so then you memorize where you put your pieces at, and you can just without looking just grab what you need.
Yeah, so just stay tuned till we're working. I think Tony is working on the last version of it. He has done a couple iterations of it. So what you guys saw at MTE is totally different now. So yeah, stay tuned. There is more coming. Yeah.
All right. I'm looking forward to it. I'm getting right on the DMs with him later on tonight or tomorrow. Like, yo, bro, gave you some love on the pod. What's up? That vest is supposed to really help. I mean, I heard the prototype's getting a little close to being ready. What's up?
So hopefully, I want to, like, whoever, the goal is to have at least one of them, at least I would like to, not putting any pressure on Tony, but I would like to, whoever attends the training.
Man. We gotta lean our elbows into him a little bit.
Yeah, it's just whoever attends the training in June, hopefully we can they will be a gift as part of the entry, just like everyone gets one.
That's the training. That would be dope. June 18th. Is that you're talking
June 18th, 19th, and 20th? Yes.
Okay. That'd be dope. Very cool. So, well, listen, Godfrey, I think we're about that time, dude.
Okay. Well, let me ask you one more question. I know you've done a lot of jobs, different jobs, but have you ever turned down a job because it went above the pale for you? Like, I know that it sounds like there's jobs that you will do that nobody else has done, but has there been a job that has even tested your patience where you're like, I can't do it?
Yes.
What was that job?
So it was a person that threw up in the back seat, but it was nothing that I had seen before. Like, I mean, I actually two. A person threw up in the backseat, and I think they ate something red. I can't say if it was blood or not, whatever it was, but it was like they projectile vomit through pretty much from the back seat to the front dash to the roof. Every it was just like, I think I had like they threw up like
Point
10
your
gallons
head
of throw
down.
up.
Where is your etiquette? I mean,
Dude,
if you're
just open the window. You just open the window, just throw it to
yeah,
the
but
side.
like even if you have to, man, it's like pull your shirt out, just do so. Like you don't need to
right.
just throw it at the passengers in the
the
car.
second one was a 2007 Yukon. They hit a deer. They didn't hit the deer front end. The deer came from a hill from the side. The deer broke the passenger side window, spawned
Ooh,
inside of the car.
shut up.
It got cut in half with the glass, so all the guts and everything else exploded inside of the car and came out from on the passenger rear glass.
So went in the front
imagine
side, out the passenger rear,
behind
sliced
the
up.
passenger.
Wow, that's
Slice
wild.
out guts and bloods everywhere and stuff like that. That was going to be like a $6,000 insurance claim job, and that totaled the car.
I was going to
Just for
say
me
that
to
probably
clean it.
total. Yep, I'll believe it.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that's it.
Wow. I bet you the adjuster was like, oh, $300 at first, and you had to go back to him.
No,
Yo,
like the
bro, look
insurance.
at the inside, you jerk.
Yeah, I told him, it's like, yeah, it's going to take me a week to do it, and I was like, yeah, and I will have to throw a bunch of stuff. Like, I mean, like Typex and all. Yeah, no. Like, I priced that out not to do it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's kind of what you do when you do a job. Yeah, you got to price.
Now, have you ever done that? Have you ever priced someone out the market and then they agreed to that price, and you're like,
yes, and I regret it. Yes, done it, and I was like, give you like a big. I'm sorry, but it's like a big FU price, and they were like, all right, I'll be there tomorrow. And be like, oh,
I can't believe you did that. Damn it. I gotta go higher.
Like, yeah, I know. I should have doubled down.
Yeah, like, you're like, I left money on the table. Like, you listen, like there's that happens sometimes. I always tell people that could backfire because you're gonna get the boy that's like, you know what, I got it. Let's do it. And you're like, what just happened?
Like some people call you like last minute and be like, hey, yo, I was hanging out with my boys last night and threw up, and I'm going on deployment. And we're nearby a bunch of like military installations, so it's like, hey, I'm going to deployment. I need this car clean before I leave. I need it done. I will pay extra. You can tell them any price you want, and they will pay it. But I'm like, no. I will charge him like at least like 2 G's, like easy, and they will probably say yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Cue the music.
Yeah.
All right, listen, we're gonna cue the music. I thought we ain't cueing the music because I didn't fix it yet.
No, that's the comedy of it.
Jeez. All right. Well, here's my shitty editing job once again.
I'm fast as fuck, boy. Still fast as fuck, boy. Come get some. I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am.
All right. So 1 week I'll have enough spare time and then a spare minute to fix the beeps that obviously I did not turn up high enough during my editing process.
That's funny.
I don't know what happened, man. Leave me alone. All right, yeah, exactly. All right, so check it out. This one's a little different, but a different scale. You get 5 products to fully detail a car. Shop has all the towels, tools, etc. you need. Go.
APC, drill brush, Ninja Scrub, microfiber towels, and for me, the chopstick. Believe it or not.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Carlos, if you're still here, this is for you. Rinseless or not?
No.
All right. Fair
enough. No rinseless for me. No rinseless. I tried it. I use it during the wintertime. I have a garage in here, and my van fits in the garage. So it's like if it's too cold outside, I'll be like, yes, I'll do rinseless in the garage. Fine.
I feel like rinseless or no and ceramic coating or no, 2 of the hottest topics right now in the detail industry. Those 2 arguments, you know.
Yeah.
I got one for you right here. This is my own doing a little research again. Well, not research, but just watching the posts and stuff like that. High or low GPM?
I need to make a follow-up video on that. I personally prefer the low GPM. Why? I can do
Speak on it.
I can do more vehicles with, like, I only carry 65 gallons in my water tank,
Yep.
right? And I used to carry a Ryobi pressure washer, 6-7 cars, and I still have like five gallons of water left in my van at the end of the day. So I was like, awesome. I had a lot of issues with the Ryobi, not with the Ryobi, but with their water pump. My pressure washer sits above the water pump, above the water tank.
Okay.
So I need a pump.
The draw for the pump.
Exactly. So I had faulty pumps since the beginning. Like, I had gone through like 4 water pumps, and I just kept busting the plumbing in between the water pump and the pressure washers.
Yeah.
And I've been in the middle of the detail. Like last week, I was in the middle of the detail after doing car number 4. I changed my pipe into PIX lines, house piping. And I was like, there is no way that you can bust this.
Yeah.
It busted.
Really?
I will send you a picture of it. And I was like, I called Tony and I was like, Tony, do you have a Kranzler over there at the shop? He was like, yes. I'm heading over there. Are you at the shop? He's like, yes. I was like, I'm heading over there right now. I need to change this and fix this. I'm like, done. Like, I have replaced 3 hoses in 2 days, and I'm like,
I'm done with
F this. I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
So
you need a machine that's ready to just go all day for you, dude. If you're working the way you work or whatever, you need to get a good machine.
So it's like, I'm not bashing the Ryobi. The Ryobi is a good machine. Like, talking to my friend, like, who is helping me right now, he uses a Ryobi. And it's like, I had 0 issues.
Yeah, the new auto detailing one they got. I mean, that's a really affordable pressure washer, dude. You walk out the door with that thing, like, it's $160. You're getting the hose, the wand, the gun, the phone cannon.
All that. I just
I know, but still, I'm just saying, like, for somebody that's trying to get into the game, it's really not a bad play.
Yeah. So I was like, right, whatever. So I ate my own words. So I need to make the follow-up video. Like, Tony told me, it was like, yeah, it was about time for you to realize what you were missing. It is a great machine, but I was having too many issues. Okay, so it was time to move on.
Appreciate the transparency, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. What's the worst type of interior to detail? Because you do interior so much. Least favorite car to do?
That Prius.
Prius is the most annoying ones to do? I'm saying,
I hear that a lot. I hear that a lot.
Bad detail. I'm saying, like, the seats that are annoying, the carpet that sucks, the
Toyota, Honda, any short pile carpet. Like Carlos had mentioned them multiple times.
I hear that a lot from detailers about
the short piles are the worst, bro.
Yeah.
The floor mats are the floor mats are nicer than the carpet in the car, which is
exactly. To be honest with you, I had found out like Kia carpets and like a Benz, Kias, and
the best.
They tend to be a little bit better than most of the other carpets that I found.
Just like not the engine for the Kia, though. Just
no. The engine, that's a different story.
Sir, I'll trade you a good engine for a crappy floor mat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just wild.
Like
I'm like, make floor mats great again, dude. They're like so trash. Like, most cars you get in, they're just ridiculously bad nowadays.
Yeah.
It's wild, man. They're like cheaping out on everything they possibly can. They're just jacking the car prices through the roof. You know what I mean? It's wild to me. So, all right, Crocs or not?
No.
Love you. You're the man.
I own Crocs. Whenever like I'm picking up poop in the backyard or stuff like that, or
that's exactly what they should be used.
It's like whatever I'm gardening or it's
just complete.
So like if you drive by a mobile detailer and he's out there doing his thing and all that, and he's in Crocs, are you like?
He drives by, it's like, fucking loser.
just do a drive by.
Like, buy yourself a pair of real shoes. No.
No, like, they're comfortable. I mean, it's just something like if I need to take out the trash.
Yeah, I'll never put my feet in them because I heard they're comfortable.
Yeah, don't do it. They're comfortable. They're not going to lie, but you're not going to see me in public with them, though. I'll tell you that.
Nah, hell no, man. You ain't seeing my dog. Listen, there's only a couple people see my feet. And I said, we at the beach together, we in the bed together.
Oh, you don't want people to see your feet. That's what it's about, huh?
It's not that, man. I got nice feet. You know what I mean? I got nice feet. I got nice hands. Well, besides this gash on my finger that I did. It was cold out today, man. It was like winter out here. And I was messing around. I whacked my hand on the top of the Metro vac and it just sliced the whole top of my finger off. I'm like, damn, dude, either I'm getting frail or that edge is sharp and they need to work on that. It's a manufacturer defect. You know what I mean? I don't know which one it was. But it was cold out and I whacked it pretty hard. So I took it to my own being like my own fault.
It wasn't user at all. No.
It's the violation, Chris. Violation.
Man, it's cold, man. Your skin just responds differently. All right, yo, go to playlist when you're in the trenches. What do you like to listen to?
Dude,
you seem like an audiobook type of cat or a podcast guy.
I do listen to a lot of audiobooks. Let me see. What was the latest ones that I have played?
Can't beat it, man. I feel like music's great, but you shouldn't be rocking it every day. There's so much more knowledge.
Seven Habits of the High Effective. Leadership.
Atomic Habits in there.
Yep. The Sixth Thing on Undeniable Laws of Communication. That's the latest one.
Yes.
Buy Back Your Time.
Yo, listen, man. You text me all the time. You better start sending me some of these books you be listening to. Give me the recommendations. You like, shoot them my way.
Yeah, man. It's just listen to podcasts, Joe Rogan, whatever.
Yeah, I like Rogan too. Rogan's great. All right, yo, favorite cartoon as a kid. This one's getting popular.
Oh, dude. Spider-Man, He-Man.
Wow, the original Spider-Man, right?
The OG, the 2D,
Spider-Man.
like the flat,
that one, right?
The flat screen.
Yeah, a spider can. Natural.
Yeah. Like He-Man, Wildcats, and all the stuff.
All that stuff, yeah. Wildcats was crazy, man.
I had a crush on Cheetah, though. So
everybody did back in the day when you was a kid.
Yeah, she was hot.
All right, this one's for everybody that's still in the chat. Ford, Chevy, or Mopar?
Oh, dang.
I love how you capitalized Mopar.
So there's an option in there.
So I put the little smiley face emoji. I couldn't help myself.
Yeah.
In the driveway, I have two Fords. Sorry.
Crowd's happy with that choice. I don't know.
Sorry. And I know he's not happy with an answer, so that's why I apologize. But I have a 2005 Ford F-150 because that's all. It's my oldest daughter. I love that truck. She's been with me for forever. And my wife, she has a 2018 Ford Explorer.
Okay. I tell you what, the Explorers, I've given them more credit for since I went to the independent suspension in the rear. I used to have an Explorer myself, you know what I mean?
And I'm about to buy a new F-150 that where I can do the bolt-on, supercharger and drop it down and just go to Lowe's. Let's go to Lowe's and Home Depot a little bit faster. That's all. That's what I want.
Let's go, man. I love that, bro. Okay. I can co-sign that.
Revving hard over the speed bumps.
I mean, it's a 3.5 drop, so she's still the same height.
It's got plenty of
probably the same height as the Explorer.
Yep.
So it's just don't worry, I'll be fine.
Nice.
Just 700 horsepower. Just going down the highway. That's it.
Let's go, man. Let's go. I'm all about that. Let's go. I need some pictures and updates as that thing goes on. Make sure we get some updates of that on the Instagram for sure.
That's the goal. That's the goal to the end of the year. I gotta hit a couple targets for the business.
Nice. Good for you, bro. I love that, dude. It's great to set goals like that for yourself, man. You got to live.
Yes.
And if it's just to go to the store to grab a coffee or to grab some lumber or some bags of mulch or whatever, who cares, man? That's what it's about, bro.
Yeah. The wife told me already that she was gonna steal it all the time. So
I love that.
She loves fast cars.
Nice.
So I used to have a Beamer, a 335 i07.
Yeah, my boy had a couple 3 Series, dude. Wild cars, bro. When you trick them out, bro.
It's like I had the twin turbo engine, the N54 engine, and I had to do a tune. I had to do the intake. I had to do the caps.
Yeah.
So, and she loved that car. She was like, she got a couple tickets on it.
Absolutely, dude. You don't understand. You hook up one of them 3 Series or whatever, dude. I mean, my boy had one when he used to hit it. I used to feel like the pavement was breaking underneath the car. You know what I mean? Like that thing just wanted to fucking go.
Yeah.
And have you do a turn, wrap a hairpin 60 miles an hour. I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? You know what I mean? Face sucking to the side or whatever. You're like, man, it's not like a BMW, bro. All right, peeps, yes or no?
No.
All right. Ketchup on eggs. Yes or no?
Damn. Yes.
Everybody's exposing themselves, man. You can't jump on the pie without
Did you say
exposing
yes?
whether or
Yeah.
not you like
Yes,
ketchup
I say
or
yes.
eggs.
My man
Yes.
doesn't have a boring palate. What can I say? He likes taste.
What? Over
No one
hot
woke.
sauce, dog?
No one.
No.
No one woke up and said, "You know what? I want something flavorful. Let me make a plain egg. You know, let me just eat."
I
Egg
mean,
white."
I'm not gonna flood it with ketchup.
you
It's
gotta
just
flood
maybe
it.
a drizzle. It's just a drizzle. I'll be like, all right, cool.
He's
That's
a,
it.
would you do ketchup over hot sauce? That should be the new question. Ketchup or hot sauce on eggs?
Have
That's
you tried a mayo ketchup?
I
Ketchup mayo. Ketchup
mean,
mayo.
I've made my own version of it. Yeah.
Exactly. So what I usually do is just ketchup mayo and then put hot sauce in. It's just a little extra cake.
Or you
I'm
got
doing
sriracha
that.
ketchup. Spicy ketchup is awesome.
Yeah, sriracha not.
I don't really like
Spicy ketchup.
sriracha that
I'm
much.
all,
man.
I'm all about flavor. All about Puerto Ricans is all about flavor. You don't want to taste my food. Nothing wrong against spices or anything like that, or hot sauces or anything. But a little kick, I'm fine with it. A little bit too much that I can't even.
Oh, so you don't like the heat?
I don't like the heat either.
Not so much. Not so much.
That's my theory on it. The heat, when it's too much heat, it kills the flavor.
Yeah.
That's my
Says the
thing.
guy who eats. I'm not listening to this with you, Ed. It's fine. You're different. You're the guest. We have to respect your opinion. But Godfrey, get out of here with that shit.
I'm sorry, it kills the flavor. Too much heat kills the flavor.
All right.
I had
ranch.
a friend of mine who will buy the concentrates,
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
and make his own sauces.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
he gave me one thing, like a toothpick,
Yeah.
just dipped it. He was
Yeah.
like, "Try this," and I was
Bro,
like,
when I go to the
"We'll
Mexican
it for days."
when I go to the Mexican spots down the street, dude, I'm telling you, I always get the red sauce, and they're like, "You want the hot sauce?" I'm like, "Yeah, the hottest stuff you got." And they give me that, dude, and I'm telling you, you dip a toothpick in that thing, and you are like eyes watering, like, "Oh yeah, I'm alive, baby!" Like, let's go.
Yeah,
And the problem
you
is
see ketchup and mayo. I see
Christian
it on
likes
the,
to jumpstart. Like, he's in the garage with battery clamps on his nipples. Like, I'm alive. Let's go. You know.
It's not that extreme, but I mean, you know. Ranch, do you use it?
Yes,
And on what?
carrots, broccoli.
Okay.
I make my own ranch though.
I love that.
Yes, so my kid has a bunch of
homemade ranch
allergies,
is
so
banging.
he can't have the regular ranch.
Okay. That's respectable. It's probably better for you.
It's a lot better. Yes.
All right. Pasta or pizza?
Oh, pizza all day, every day.
Yeah. I know it's such a hard choice.
Not even a
college.
question.
It kind of
Not
is,
even-
man. It kind of is.
I
If you
mean-
have good pasta, it is. If you're picking carbs and you're gonna go pasta or pizza, yeah, it's a choice.
Yeah.
But do you eat pasta ever by itself? Like
I
nothing.
mean, I'm
on
saying
it?
you can have the
I
pasta
mean,
however you want. The idea is pasta however you want. or
I
pizza
make it
however
mean
you want.
as and mean lasagna, though. I'll tell you that.
Okay, that's good to know.
So I mean,
that is
I can
pasta,
cook.
but
I
that's
can
like
cook.
pasta cake almost. You know, just
Listen,
not
man,
quite
pack that shit up in some dry
I'll
ice.
eat it.
Send it my way. I'll pay the shipping, bro. I always love to try some
dry
good
like-
ice.
from Puerto Rico. What I was going to say,
well,
the Dominican salad, which is cabbage, red onions, vinegar, a little bit of sugar, olive oil,
Ooh,
and cilantro. You dice it up like really fine.
I love cilantro.
Put it in the fridge 30 minutes before you serve it, and just
Let
if you're
them
having it's sliders, or you make some pulled pork tacos or something like that, put that on top, dude.
Send me that recipe too. You got a lot to text me by the time we get off
Oh,
this
dude,
thing
dude.
in my hair.
We'll
I respect
go-
that, Chris. Blue cheese is for the sophisticated folks. I get down with that blue cheese for show.
I'll
Love
put blue
that.
cheese,
I'm
bro.
laughing, Kim. That was really funny when I read that.
Chuleta cancan, yes, for sure. That's for sure. That's the big ass pork chops, like a T-bone
We
to the
can't
pork
get in.
chops.
All right, listen. I'm trying to move past the food thing as fast as possible. I'm not sure if y'all remember. I'm at 50 hours right now or something, not eating food. So by all means, you know, let's continue to keep bouncing through these questions before I literally break my.
I don't know if you see the world smiles.
Ho-hos or no
Violin for your
ho-hos?
sorrows.
Yeah.
You like ho-hos?
Oh, listen, I'm telling you, the problem with me is I could eat all the processed shit every single day of my life and be perfectly happy. I just know it's not good. I mean, there's not a food I don't like, dude. I eat everything. There's not a single food you can put in front of me that I'd be like, nah, I'm not eating that. Every single thing. But that's how we grew up. I wasn't allowed to leave the table.
Peanut butter and a cheeseburger.
Yo, I just saw somebody do a peanut butter and jelly burger or something like that, and I was
in
like,
Philly, there's
I
a
would
guy who want to
actually
build
try that.
a competition. I can't bring myself to do it, but it won best burger a couple times. They have a burger royale they used to, and the peanut butter and jelly burger. I don't know.
Yo, I'm telling you,
the flavor combination must be crazy.
I'm gonna do it, dude.
Do we have anybody? Do we have anybody from like Chicago, Illinois area? I used to do a lot of travel for the Coast Guard, doing inspections and all kinds of stuff. And we stopped somewhere in Illinois, I think it was. And I saw it in the menu in one of the restaurants. It's like peanut butter cheeseburger. And I was like, I gotta try this.
Gotta try it.
I was like, it's just chunky peanut butter on a cheeseburger. It was this.
I'm telling you, I got so many things on my list right now I gotta use when I break my fast, but chunky peanut butter burger with jelly might actually be one of them things. I'm writing it down right now.
Did you ask him about his favorite gas station food?
No, I was gonna save that for the classy part of the podcast.
That's right now. Yeah, it's right up near there.
Yeah. Favorite gas station food, because you gotta stop every once in a while and grab something.
I love fucking gummy worms, to be honest with you.
The Haribo ones?
No, the other ones, the white and purple pack. I can't remember the brand.
Man, you don't like them if you can't remember the brand. Get out of here. I don't even take that as an answer.
I'm just eating it. That's it. It was just like,
Trolley?
She's probably the Trolleys.
Trolleys, yeah.
Yeah, Trolleys are pretty good.
Yes.
Haribo is the only real gummy bear, though.
And the Black Forest ones. Those are the gummy ones.
Yep. That's what that's the version I do. Best food in Williamsburg. In town now, because if we're traveling and we ever got to come down, I just want to make sure I know where I need to stop at. I'm secretly collecting all these places.
And there is a brewery downtown, Precarious Beer. They have kind of like a taco truck inside of the brewery.
Okay. And
they make this smoke, deep fried chicken wings with a jalapeno, like Thousand Island jalapeno sauce on top of it. I've been trying to
kind of sauce or no?
Yeah, similar. It's like it has a smoky flavor to it. I've been trying to mimic these wings since I tried the first time. I haven't been able to do it. That's my preferred too. Like, especially you're drinking an IPA, double IPA or something like that. And you hit that.
The smoky flavor from the wings. You get that nice crisp. See, my wings got to be well done though, bro. I think we talked about this in the podcast episode prior. Like, if I got chewy wings, man, like I'm out of here, bro. You can take the whole plate. I don't want them. I got to be well done on my wings.
That's why I stopped going to BW's, man. It's like the last couple times that I've been there, it's like it's been soggy wings, and I was like,
yo, chewy chicken, man. Ugh, it just doesn't. I can't do it that well. I eat anything, man. If I got to eat chewy chicken, I will, but I definitely prefer not to, man. That is,
Snickers Army Mount.
That's so ridiculous. You don't have to answer this question if you don't want to, bro. God, you can't keep eating a Snickers every single Tuesday night at 10:30 at night, bro.
Let's go up.
Up. I'm with you. FTW, baby. FTW.
For the win. And now
you eat the cheeseburger with the cheese up or the cheese down?
That's a great question. So
cheeseburger.
I'll tell you,
up.
I'm doing, without a doubt, I'm doing that peanut butter cheeseburger. I will report back hopefully by the time next week comes around, because I do peanut butter and everything, dude. I've done.
You only got to go to Maniac, bro.
And potato chips, peanut butter and banana, peanut butter and pickles. I did because I heard that was good one time. Wasn't really the biggest fan of it, but I still ate the whole sandwich. But like, I think the peanut butter and jelly burger is going to be a really big hit.
Yeah, just try
I really do. I think it's going to be fire. All right, so let's bring this thing right back full circle to the end of the pod, man. It's a question we like to ask everybody. There's no right or wrong answer to any of these, but this one in particular, I just always like to hear people's opinion. Loyalty or respect? What's more important to you?
Loyalty, hands down.
Hands down. That man said it fast.
So the Coast Guard motto was like honor, respect, and devotion to duty.
Mm-hmm.
It was driven to us it's like from the moment that you go to boot camp and stuff like that. It's like, yes, like honor, respect, and devotion to duty. It makes sense. But to be honest with you, the loyalty, if they would have changed, in my opinion, that's Ed's opinion, they would have changed honor, respect, and loyalty.
Okay.
I think it would have just taken the service a little bit.
Brotherhood would have
further.
been tighter. There would have been
Yes.
more like less like, ah, man, I'm tired of doing the brig. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or whatever, or
Yeah.
scrubbing that. Right. Makes
Yes.
sense. All right. That's what's
Got-
up.
Got something to say before we go?
The champ is in the building.
Iced out. I've been instructed by the powers to be. You spend 50, you get a free iced out. And in honor of Jamie and Eddie, if you want to buy a pop and cherry Funkin 10, you know, you pop that off, you know, since they love that bar so much. But the champ is here. You spend 50, you get a free iced out on buybombs.com. You want to go to the House of Rags and buy that pop and cherry from them to show you love that since it finished second. Funkin 10 on the pop and cherry.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, if you buy a pop and cherry bar on the House of Rags and you send me a screenshot, I'll make sure we take note of it next time you place an order with us, and I'll make sure we send you out another one as well.
A double pop and cherry.
That's what we're doing, man. You buy a pop and cherry on the House of Rags, you know, up until the end of the week or whatever, shoot me a screenshot, send me something over or whatever. I'll make sure we get you set up with another one just to make sure.
I need to send you the request for my restock. So I'm running out of
Yep. You got it, brother. Yeah. Listen, I'm fine with doing a restock, but just make sure you remember I need one of them hats.
Yes. Send me your address. I need to.
Nah, man, we'll link up. Ed, it's been a pleasure, man. Obviously, we're gonna have you on again at some point, man. But you know, thank you very much for coming out to spend some time with us. Thank you to everybody who hangs out every week with us just to wait around for Godfrey asking people whether or not they want to eat a Snickers bar up or down. Outside of that, man, I think that's it for us. Godfrey, anything else, Ed?
No, again, thank you for the opportunity. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Simply Car Detailing. And if you have any questions, just hit me up. Thank you, Chris, for the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Jeffrey.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure. Been listening to you guys for a while and stuff like that. Look forward to see you guys again at NTE next year.
Absolutely,
and
brother.
Maybe we'll see you guys soon. Whenever you guys
we'll link before then, man.
The tour across America.
Yeah, a little East Coast tour. Just zig our way down there or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. Everybody stay fresh, man. We'll catch you next week. All right.
Peace. All right.